I got infinity money.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Beyond the Backboard. Today, we have a very, very special guest, something that's been in the making for a couple of weeks. We got my boy Daniel here, the biggest Hawks fan on the planet.
Man.
Shout out to Daniel when he's not rooting
for yes, sir.
From fires and stuff like that. So shout out to Daniel. Appreciate you, my brother, and welcome to the show.
Appreciate y'all having me. Appreciate y'all having me. Always a pleasure with the boys.
Oh, man. This has been in the making for at least like 2 months. I've been trying to get Danny on the pod. We've been trying to find the time where we could like find him. It's just been so hard, and this just feels so rewarding. So, man, welcome. Finally, man.
Appreciate you.
It would have been really awkward if the Hawks had like just been bounced from the play-in as well. This is like the high point of the Hawks season right now. So this is like perfect timing.
We
should have done it yesterday. I mean, we should have done it tomorrow.
Huh? What were we talking about here?
I didn't say anything.
I thought we was better than that, Earl.
No, I'm just playing. I believe.
So I guess our first question, because it's on everybody's mind nowadays, it seems like, because people are starting to hyper focus on what the Hawks are trying to do with either Trae Young or DeJounte Murray. I just wanted to get your take on that. Do you want them to be separated? Do you want them to stay together? Or do you prefer one over the other?
I'm going to tell you how I tell my wife. You trade DeAndre Hunter and Clint Capella, and you keep Trae and DeJounte together. What Quinn has been doing with DeJounte and Trae and what he's done without Trae, he's made Jalen Johnson the third piece they need. Like, literally, Jalen Johnson went from 3 points a game to like 17, I think, or something like that. Yep. He's averaging like 4 assists a game now, too. He's an extra ball handler on the court. So you trade DeAndre Hunter because DeAndre is slowly bringing up his trade value. And you trade Clint Capella. I don't know if there's any trade value there. He's just Clint Capella. But you trade those two pieces. You may trade a USC Deep Bay and see if you can test the market for like a Lauri Markkanen or I would love for them to try to go get Sengun, like a back-to-the-basket big, someone that can throw some dimes like Jokic. Like, that would be a dream come true. But Sengun's probably price tag is way up there. But I would love for DeJounte and Trae to stay together.
Sengun would be a nice fit.
That's what, yes, bro. Sengun, man.
So do you think that this core that they have now, you're saying of Trae and DeJounte and Jalen, are you saying those three are good enough? Like, that's your three to build around, like to go forward and try and win a championship around them? Like, you don't need to add more top end talent. It's more about building entirely around those three.
Yes. To me personally, because the East is so weak right now, you can do that. Yeah. Like, if you look at the Bucks, granted they got Dame and Giannis, but after that, it's a huge drop off besides Bobby Portis, it's a huge drop off. You look at the Knicks, you got Jalen Brunson, you got Julius Randle, you got OG. And after you look at that, Dante DiVincenzo. He's a dog, but he's not like that type of status, like up there with them. So, you look at the top team in the league, they have their 2 dogs or 3 dogs, and then it's a huge drop off. It is a good quality role players. So.
Yeah, I like that.
It's a shame that Jalen Johnson didn't play enough games to qualify for Most Improved Player.
Man, he was. That was MIP was him. And
I would still give it to Maxey over him, but he's definitely in my top 3 for Most Improved for sure.
Yeah, Maxey is nasty. Yeah.
I feel like that's a good plan for the Hawks. I mean, it's really hard to just there's no in between nowadays. Like, you either trade away everybody and straight up rebuild, or you're kind of in that weird phase where you have like one star, you're trying to make it out there and really rebuild your roster. I think the Hawks are in a really unique spot. Like, you have 2 stars who actually kind of work well together. Like you said, Jalen Johnson was huge. His development this year actually helped this team out a lot as far as like building for the future. And he's super young. What is he, like 19 years old, 20, something like that? Can't be over 20. Yeah. So I agree. Maybe you get a nice, I think the biggest thing y'all need is a quality center. Like you said, if you could get I know it's going to be really hard to get like an Alfred Şengün, but like if you can trade around and get a really solid center, I mean, I would even say I know the Pacers are solid, but like a Miles Turner who can shot block, shoot threes, like just somebody else to kind of help out down low, I think it'll benefit y'all. And y'all got Bojan Bogdanović too. He's been having a really good game. Or is it Bogdan, yeah. Or you got Bogey out there. He's been having pretty much a six man of the year type season as well. So yeah, I think y'all are in a better spot than what people give y'all credit for, even though the season hasn't like gone exactly as expected. But you mentioned it, like the East is not as strong as the West. Like you can get away with having like two guards like them and then kind of filling around that and making a run.
I mean, look at the Magic. You know, I mean, look, the Magic are doing it. It's like how the Magic in fifth or fourth place, something like that.
Fifth, but they're like
fifth. But they're also like significantly better than where they were, right?
Yeah.
Like with the emergence of Franz Wagner, then they just got Paolo Banchero. They have all of those supporting pieces, young guys, really core guys. So I mean, it doesn't surprise me that they were this high, but it surprises me by how early into Paolo's career that they've gotten that high. So it's just only a testament to Paolo Banchero.
Yeah. I feel like the Magic, like, this is pretty much the same roster as last year. So, like, that jump, it kind of surprised me. Like, this is the jump I told people, like, off season. This is the jump I thought the Pistons were going to make. I feel like on paper, the Pistons have a really good roster. I mean, when you look at it, you got Cade. Ivy last year was getting big minutes and playing good basketball. You have Durant. I mean, even Isaiah Stewart and all his craziness, he's a decent center. Like, as far as their core, like, they were a really deep team. And I just felt like maybe they will play better basketball, especially with Monty coming in. I mean, I thought he'd be able to like connect with his guys early on. I think he's got a good grip of that now, but it just didn't work out exactly how I thought it would. But I think next year, hopefully they play a little bit better. I don't know what it is. I feel like they have the talent. They just got to put pieces together, in my opinion.
Yeah. I don't want to be that person to say they need a superstar and they need a superstar. Because Cade is probably that superstar eventually, not now. But man, when you explain it like that, and then when you explain the numbers that Jalen Duren was putting up earlier this year, with the massive amount of rebounds he can grab, with as well putting the same amount of points, so I think that team is going to be nasty very, very, very soon, and we will all fear the Pistons very soon. It's just a matter of like a year or two. And I know it just sounds repetitive, but it's probably what's going to happen. And imagine if they get Alex Sarr in this draft, the number one pick coming in this year.
I can't wait for the Pistons to take out the Knicks.
That's gonna be crazy. That's gonna be crazy.
Cade dropped 65 on Jalen Brunson.
Oh man,
no, I'm just playing.
Not whatever. Anything could happen in a basketball game. Anything.
Generational rise, generational fall.
So yeah, but let's get back on the Hawks because I know Trey got injured, right? I'm not stupid, but man, what went wrong earlier this year for you guys to be on the I mean no disrespect when I say this, but at the bottom at the play-in.
Omar's enjoying this.
He is. I see it in his eyes.
It's the reason why Omar's
no disrespect, but your team sucks.
So, Omar, to answer your question, bro, first year under Quinn's system, like a first full year under his system. Like this is actually because Quinn got the team in the middle of the season last year, right? Like, and they're still adjusting. But this is everybody's first full year under Quinn's, whole system and everything like that. And Trey actually flourished in it. Trey averaged a steal a game for a first time in his career. DeJounte defense kind of took a back seat, but Trey was more of a great on-ball defender. He's not even the worst defender on his team anymore. DeJounte Murray did pretty good on offense this year. Jalen Johnson took the biggest leap, I think, out of anybody in the Hawks roster. But I think it's just understanding the system and how he wants everybody to play, and it's everybody's first year under that system. So I don't think you break it up until next year. If you see it's not working next year, then I think, hey, let's move some pieces. But that's just me.
That's a fair estimate. That's a really fair estimate because you guys have a really good roster, and it's not that you guys are bad at all. In some degree, there's a lot of teams that are in the playoffs right now that would still fear the Atlanta Hawks, like if they are fully healthy. So it's not about that, and I gotta agree. It's got to be with the coach's system with Quinn Snyder. Everybody's just got to get used to it after a while. That's how things got to work, and things take time. It might take 1 year, 2 years, but I completely agree with you. If it's not working by next year, then we could start thinking about breaking it up.
Yeah. Dan, if I'm not mistaken, you're a season ticket holder, right, for the Hawks?
Yes, sir.
I'm curious because I've only been to 3 NBA games in my life.
Yeah.
So you essentially have 15 more times games than me visited this season alone. What is it? What do you learn about the Hawks, if anything? What do you learn about the team being able to be there night in, night out and like watch them consistently and like see them in person? Because I feel like there's a lot that you get when you're at a game physically that you don't get when you're just watching on TV. So what do you feel like? What are like the small things that you've noticed about this Hawks team from watching them for like 40 games in person?
How much of a home game is not a home game, and Earl can back me up on this.
Yeah.
When Steph Curry came to town, that was a Warriors game. It was a legit home Warriors game, dude. When D-Book and the Suns came to town, it was a half and half. It was like you had your diehard D-Book fans, you had KD Warriors fans that were there, you had Thunder KD fans that were there, and like you see like little sprinkles of Hawks fans. Like that's why I think like they don't play hard sometimes, man, because it's like you're not really coming to see us, you're coming to see Bron, you're coming to see KD, you're coming to see D-Book, you're coming to see, all these other people, like, so.
Interesting.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I went to a couple games. So, like, I went to the Knicks game, like, opening night, and I was sitting next to, like, a whole row of Knicks fans, bro. And it was just, like, straight commenting, like, yeah, you suck. Y'all stink. Trey, what? Like, bro, it was just crazy. Like, and it felt like I was just in New York, like, chilling with the boys or something crazy like that. So, I definitely agree with that. Like, even I went to a Nets game. Like, I see Nets fans and stuff like that. I haven't seen, like, just randomly, like, at, like, 2 games I was at the season. Both of those games, like, just those in general, like, I seen, like, Lakers jerseys, like, Lakers weren't even playing. Like, you just see a variety of different fans from different fan bases, I'll say. But I feel like Atlanta is just, like, one of those hubs. Like, it's, like, one of those entertainment-type hubs, like the city of Atlanta. So there's a lot of just different type of people, different type of cultures there. And I feel like that just makes – like those games, like people just go to games to watch games sometimes. And I think you're right. Like people don't necessarily always come just to watch the Hawks.
Has this been like a repetitive theme over the last couple of years?
I say the loudest game I went to was when we played the Timberwolves, and I went and we came back down 26 points. That's the loudest game I've been.
Yeah.
Okay, so it was rocking.
Actually, it was Atlanta in there. Like it was the city of Atlanta in that building. Like, and like everybody's going against Ant because he's a Georgia boy. Mm-hmm. So like everybody was literally like booing him when he had the ball. Like it was legit. Like it felt like a playoff atmosphere. And that was But
I feel like oh yeah, you were at that game where Luka dropped
73 points.
Yeah.
It felt like it was just Luka, and like he was just walking around giving people high fives and because everybody was saying his name, man. It was crazy. That was probably the craziest game I've been to, man.
Yeah, crazy. I feel you. Like looking at those games too, like I went to Trae Young's rookie year. I went to the game where they went to 3 overtimes, or maybe it was 4. It was versus the Bulls. And like if you talk about crowd environment, that was like the most like because that was only my second NBA game ever. So like being there, like everybody in the arena standing up, everybody's pretty much a Hawks fan. I think that was just excitement of having like something new in Atlanta. Like Trae Young was new, unexpected. Like people didn't know he was gonna play like that. Like as a rookie, he was putting up big numbers night in, night out. So you see this guy, I mean, pretty much smallest dude on the court going out there dropping like 40 plus points. Like the whole arena, like I said it before, I told Daniel, like there was a moment where it just went completely silent. Like Trae Young was going up for a shot. He shoots the ball, nothing. Like you don't hear anything. You can hear a pin drop. Ball goes in, nothing but loudness. Like I went home, hotel room that night. I literally couldn't talk. Like you just, the environment was like you had to cheer. Like you were just built into it. So I think the Hawks, they definitely have the potential to get to that form of hype again. I think it's just going to take, like you said, like a year or two to get that roster right and make people fall back in love with the Hawks because I think it's definitely doable. Like that team, the core, like you said, Jalen Johnson, Trae Young, and Murray. Like I don't think you can let go of Trae, man. You let go of Trae, you're gonna lose a lot of fans. Like I know Murray can win you games, but Trae Young is the heart of that team, like the heart of Atlanta fans. So you got to keep him and just make him as happy as possible and build around that.
And this is a stretch, but Trae is probably the best superstar we've had. Like
I can see that.
If you really think about, like, Grant, I wasn't there in the old days where they had Dominique Wilkins. Right? I wasn't there. But if you think about like Atlanta, Trey's probably the best superstar we've ever had. Like Joe Johnson was a good player. I went and saw Joe Johnson a couple of times, but Joe is nowhere near Trey Young. So
for sure.
I definitely agree. Yeah.
And I think speaking of, talking about the hype, speaking of the superstars, we got, is it tonight the Hawks Bulls play? Is it tonight or tomorrow?
Wednesday. What's today? Tuesday?
Wednesday. Okay.
Yeah, Tuesday.
Depending on when this podcast goes out, we've got the play-in. Mm-hmm. We're going to go through all our predictions, not just for the play-in, but for the playoffs. We're going to get a bunch of these wrong, but hopefully one of us is at least relatively close by the end. So by the end of the season, we can go back and be like, oh, at least one of us actually knows a little bit about basketball.
4-0. Oh, Max, Omar, and Earl, I have a question for you.
What's up?
Omar and Max, for sure. Earl, you have to answer this as in your 2012 body.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, let's do it.
To me, and if I'm stretching, let me know. If this is a reach, let me know. I feel like Jalen Brunson has more aura than Carmelo did when he was in MSG. That's just me. Is that a stretch? I watched the game Sunday. When Jalen had the ball in his hand, it felt like they didn't shut up. Like, it's crazy, man. And I've seen Melo in the same situation with the Bulls on Easter, and you guys know what game I'm talking about. Them 2 back-to-back threes over Luol Deng, the headbang. Like
that's my second favorite Knick game ever. That's my second.
Man, I don't know, bro.
If I'm reaching, let me know. I'm not.
No.
I think
you're definitely not reaching. I'll give you that right now.
Yeah.
You are not reaching because you are not the only person that thinks that. Oh, Max, you answer first, but I still have to think about that. You guys have got to answer first. I don't know.
Go ahead, Max. You're the most reasonable. You're the most reasonable Knicks fan I know.
I don't know. I mean, I never know how to answer when people talk about the aura. Like, I get it. Like, it's about the vibes. I think Brunson has benefited from aura because just the vibes of this team, the chemistry, and the fact that he's got the podcast with Josh and he's playing with his Villanova boys, and the whole team just get along so well, and they're very publicly funny and publicly open. I think that has helped the aura, and it's there's a narrative now around the Knicks that they're really, back when we were good in 2013, I was my first full season watching the Knicks, so I wasn't too in tune with the national narrative, but I don't think there was the narrative and the hype and the respect around the Knicks that there is now. So I think that's definitely benefited the Brunson aura. If we're just talking about straight up who has done more for this team, I think people do sleep on 2013 Melo. They forget that he was the only one that season to get an MVP vote other than LeBron James. People forget that he won the scoring title that year. People forget that the Knicks won more games that year. We were the second seed. We made the second round. We battled hard against Indy. So, peak Melo for these Knicks, and Melo was also doing this with not the same caliber of teammates that Brunson has right now. Melo never played with anyone as naturally talented as Julius Randle. He never had role players like Hartenstein and DiVincenzo and Hart. So Melo was doing more for those teams. Well, it's tough for me to say more because Brunson's also had injuries, yeah?
Yeah, true.
He was out of his prime by then. We can argue that.
They gave Melo.
Yeah.
They gave Melo $500,000, bro. They gave
Melo $500,000, but they also gave him Phil Jackson and a triangle offense, and
Yeah,
that was out of date, though.
I genuinely think to this day that the Lakers sent Phil Jackson to fuck us up.
Thank God.
I genuinely think this was a whole plot created by the Lakers, Genie Bus, everybody, or whoever was involved. I just think it was a plot. That's it. But I do have my answer.
Yeah.
People do sleep on 2013 Melo a lot. And with that being said, I was actually in an argument with a keyboard warrior the other day on Instagram.
I'm not surprised.
Because I do this all the time. I do it all the time. But this guy was already ready to say that Brunson was better than Melo all time. Brunson was this and this and this and that. And I was like, buddy, let's slow your roll. Because exactly. Thank you, Dan. Because no matter how much I love Brunson, no matter the way he moves his feet, the way he's able to score the basketball, the way that he's able to lead an offense and team, It impresses me.
Category.
Omar.
It's giving. Oh my gosh, so beautiful.
I can't even have a monologue in
Dress good.
peace. I can't even have a monologue in peace.
Can we full screen Omar for this?
Yeah, like, bro,
Yeah, we need to.
I don't even want to see my face.
Let me finish. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, no matter what happens, guys, Melo was better when it came down to the 2013 playoffs. Or the 2013, no, not the 2013 playoffs, just the 2013 season and everything after that. We have to consider what he was to LeBron James, because LeBron James was considered the best of all time during that time. And, you know, I love Brunson. I just said this. I love Brunson, but not yet. Not yet. He'll be there soon, but not yet.
I think it depends on how far we go this season. If Brunson can get us to the second round or certainly the conference finals, you could argue that this season has been better than Melo. Because, again, the wins are comparable. I think, you know, being in the MVP conversation is a big part. Roughly the same scoring per game. I think Brunson ended at like 28-7. Melo was 28-2. Obviously, the offensive focal point and basically doing everything offensively for this team. Brunson, obviously, a much better passer. Melo, a better rebounder, defender. So I think it's close. If Brunson, you know, if we do lose in the first round to Philadelphia, I think you're still going to give that historical precedent to Melo for getting us through the Celtics in the first round and putting up a good fight against the Pacers. But if this is the year where Jalen Brunson leads the Knicks past two teams in the playoffs and we get to a conference finals against Boston, then I think you're having that conversation of this is the greatest individual Knicks season, certainly in this century, I think, for Brunson. It's going to hinge a lot on playoff success ultimately, because in terms of regular season, actually pretty close.
Definitely.
I'm saying this as the biggest Melo fan. I'm the biggest Melo defender.
I have to ask. So I just want to confirm the bracket here, because we don't see Indiana in our bracket the way we're going, right?
No, we do. Well, we might. We can get to that. Why don't we get into the playoff predictions, and then
let me give my answer first.
That'll come through. Oh yeah, sorry, you didn't give it.
Let me.
Yeah, I want to give Earl.
Pitch in as a retired Knicks fan.
Melo's aura as a Knick will never be touched. I'm sorry.
Ooh,
what Melo
okay.
did. No. What Melo did in that Knicks jersey, man, nobody will do again. I don't care that he didn't win a championship. I don't care. He sold games. He got people to go to Madison Square Garden to go see Carmelo Anthony play. One of the best isolation scorers in NBA history. Underrated player. Like you said, it was him and Bron. The numbers were so similar. You could have gave it to any one of those guys. Carmelo Anthony, as a Knick, all-time one of the best players I've ever seen play the game of basketball. Three-point shooting, mid-range shooting, post-game, underrated defense, athleticism. Carmelo Anthony had every single thing. And like you guys mentioned too, like, he didn't have like the best team built around him. Like, in his prime, the Knicks should have done a better job of building a team around Carmelo Anthony, and he probably would have had a chance to win a championship. I get you had the Amari Stoudemire, I get it. He was kind of out of his prime. Yeah, you had the Mon Shepard and J.R. Smith. Those teams went kind of far, but at the same time, if you would have paired Carmelo Anthony with a 1B or 1A superstar, that team would have went far and they would have won championships, 100%.
We needed to give him a point guard. Like that was genuinely
100%.
If we're talking about this realistically, the only thing the Knicks needed at that time was a good point guard.
Give them Chris Paul in that era, they win 4 rings.
Didn't y'all have a good point guard?
Jeremy Lin. I'm sorry?
Didn't y'all have Prigioni? Wasn't he a good point guard?
Stop it. That was a 55-year-old rookie.
He's crazy.
Was he like a 38-year-old rookie or something like that?
I will say that.
I mean, he was cool, but like, give Melo CP3 and both of them boys going home with a handful of rings. If those two got paired up in their primes, they would have been champions, hands down. That's what that team needed. A great point guard.
Pablo Prigioni, think TJ McConnell is.
I
mean, hey, why are you throwing shots at my boy TJ, man?
McConnell has burned us too many times.
32?
We can talk about that some other time.
The friendly fire is crazy on the.
Okay, am I crazy, or do I think if we kept Jeremy Lin, we would have at least won one?
You're crazy.
I mean, listen, as a big Lin fan, you never know. Maybe he stays in
I
New
did
York.
buy a Lin Sanity shirt, Omar. I did buy Nike.
Lin Sanity was great. I mean, he did Lin Sanity. He's the only man on earth to wave off Kobe and live to tell the story. And he made the shot. So
yeah, He's the reason I'm a Knicks fan. It's literally because of Jeremy Lin. He is the reason I'm a fan. So
Yeah.
I'll
I think
always
you have to
be
explain it
fan.
to Kobe too. Like Kobe said, "All right, tell me what you were looking at."
You better explain this shit right now. Why are you waving me?
Now the face
I
he
don't
makes
think
in that
Kobe
clip is so
cared,
funny.
though.
Now the face he made was so funny, bro. Like he's like,
Yeah.
okay, bet you better not miss.
But when it came down to Earl saying he'll never touch it, that's the thing. I'm not sure because he was mad close. He was literally 1 point off from doing what Carmelo never did, or what Carmelo did and nobody else ever did. He was only
What?
1 point off when he scored 60.
Did he win?
He didn't win that game. No,
Yeah.
he didn't.
We were also playing the Bobcats that game, so like we were winning no
Hey,
matter what.
and win
Yeah.
you win, baby.
Carmelo should have.
Although you could argue we were playing the Spurs, so we should have won that no matter
Oh,
what.
true. I mean, hey, it's the same. One can argue it's almost.
Wait,
the same
Daniel, what'd you say?
situation.
My bad, bro. What'd you say?
Didn't Melo hit like a half court shot that game?
He
Like,
did.
That's what I thought.
That
Melo
was
was
his
on
37th point.
I thought I remember watching that game.
one of the greatest bad for bad heat checks I've ever seen. The only person I see hitting attempting crazy heat checks, no Lakers shade, I would say D'Lo. Nobody takes crazy heat check shots anymore. I
Jordan
promise you
Poole.
that. Nobody. Oh yeah, that too.
Those are
That
not
too.
heat
Yes.
checks.
That too.
He just
Pools are not
taking
heat
it
checks.
very
Pools are just his regular shots. He
Yeah.
could be over
That-
5. He's taking heat
One
checks.
can argue that too. But if we're talking about crazy heat check, like there's no way you're taking that shot again, bro. Nobody takes those like Melo was doing, bro. I promise you.
Except D'Lo. I will give that to you. D'Lo has that.
Yeah, D'Lo, he
Yeah.
does it too, and I always think it's a miss. 100%. No, there's no way in my mind I'm like, yeah, that's going in. I think it's a miss, and he makes sometimes.
I think it's crazy that no one's talking about his new shooting form, man. He does not dip anymore. Like, you know how hard it is to catch a ball and just
Yeah.
release it?
Yeah,
Like, as soon as you get it?
yeah.
That's insane, dude.
Ooh, it's hard. It's
Yeah.
hard as
That's
hell.
insane.
Steph Curry mastered that shit. He doesn't even go down.
Steph Curry, man.
I think what was it, that ESPN show that used to like time Steph Curry's shot, and it was like 0.5 seconds from when he gets the ball to like till
Yeah.
he shoots or something.
Sports science.
Yep, until 0.5
Sports
seconds till he
science.
chokes to win. I mean,
Bring back
sorry,
sports
too
science,
soon.
bro.
I'm bring back
Sports
sports
science is
science.
awesome.
Sports science
Sports
was
science was lit.
the
Sports
Kawhi
science.
Leonard one was crazy.
Now,
They
you
had
remember
me
the one that
thinking,
had Jason Tatum dunking in armor? That was
oh yeah, that was crazy too.
Did y'all ever see the Klay Thompson one where they turned the lights off on him?
Oh, I think so. Yeah.
I saw that randomly on Twitter yesterday. I was like, dang, that is actually pretty hard.
I
I'm
mean,
gonna
Clay.
check that out.
I saw a video. This is completely unrelated, but I saw a video. It must have been recently.
Mhm.
Pelicans versus Warriors. CJ McCollum was talking. You can't guard me. Take it in the post more. Take it in the post more. And
I
then
just
Clay,
saw that one.
yeah. And then Klay Thompson was just like, "We beat your ass for 10 years.
Years, bro.
10 years. We've been beating your ass for 10 years."
Clay will throw them rings out.
And
How many you got?
He can legit say that because he
I got
had
caught.
the Blazers
Yeah.
were terrible. Like,
I'm like, bro. Can we wait? Since we're on a side note, like since we're taking a walk, let's take another turn to the right side of the park. And I'll say this: can people not respect CJ McCollum more, like what he's doing scoring wise, like that crazy run he put on for the end of the season for the Pelicans? Like that just shows you how underrated he was on that Portland team. Like him and Dame. I mean, I know people talked about Dame didn't really have a lot of help, but I mean, CJ McCollum, man, he's a bucket, man.
I just feel like nobody was talking about it because Brunson was doing it better. I mean, it's look, I'm not trying to shade CJ, but Brunson was doing it better.
that.
Yeah,
and
but Brunson's a
because
number one option
scoring in the NBA. So is CJ.
on the Pelicans.
For that moment, yes. For that moment, yeah.
So BI's the number one option.
PI,
I think it's B.I. Zion. I think it's They have
And
a weird
similar
thing
like
going
B.I.
on
Zion
It's like
and then
Come
McCollum.
playoff time, it's going to be CJ. He has
because
the
Brandon
most-
Ingram is their most efficient scorer. Like if you guys watch the way Brandon Ingram plays
I
basketball,
don't think they were. I don't think what's his name, Brandon Ingram played the last.
he was out those games.
He was out for like.
He
I don't
came
know
back.
How long.
He just came back for our Lakers game.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, not surprising, when everybody messes up for that one Lakers game. But
I
don't worry,
will say I think that's an overblown narrative, with the one exception being Kuzma. That Kuzma was suspicious. I wasn't.
No,
Kuzma
Kuzma done for the season. After that, didn't play a single game again. Was crazy.
I think that's suspicious, but
yeah. Why did Kuzma come back for the game?
He came back, never came back again. I gotta play for my father. Type vibes. Like he was locked in. He was like, let me just go out here and sell, and I'm done with the Wizards for the year. It's crazy.
Yeah. I just think the problem with, I don't even want to say a problem with CJ. I think it's very admirable how he's transitioned to being the point guard. I did not expect him to be able to take over like primary playmaking and offensive running abilities, because that was always Damon Portland. CJ was the two guard. I figured he was going to see like a step back in his scoring, or he just wasn't going to be able to step up and put up the assist numbers that he has. But he absolutely has, and I give him a ton of credit for it, for becoming a pure point guard kind of later on in his career. Not the same, but similar to when Harden left Houston and kind of became a primary like offensive runner. So I think he deserves all the credit in the world for that. And in terms of scoring, like you said, very underrated, especially with Portland. The problem with him is just always defense. He's never been the tallest. He's not strong. He's not he doesn't have an exceptional wingspan. He's not naturally gifted defensively. He makes more than makes up for it on offense, but it is tough to win with him in your backcourt alongside someone who's not a defensive shooting guard. Now, the Pelicans, they've got Herb Jones, and he makes up for that in spades. And I think you see those lineups go together. I think CJ and Herb Jones is a nice starting lineup. I don't know how much they've used that backcourt pairing, but I think it's nice because you get a great offensive player and a great defensive player. They balance each other perfectly. But yeah, CJ, like even on those Portland teams with Dame, like those backcourts would put up 60, 70 points a game. And that's what they needed to win though, ultimately. Like they didn't have much help other than that. Like, yes, CJ is probably the best player Dame played with in Portland, other than maybe LaMarcus Aldridge. But yeah, like as while we're talking about CJ, definitely underrated. And like I feel like the Pelicans are the most slept on team in the league right now currently. Like it would not shock me at all if they went ahead and like won a playoff series. I think they're that good. I'm not saying they will, and we'll get into that in our predictions right after this, but it would not shock me. They're definitely one of the teams I'm looking at that could pull an upset.
Honestly, perfect segue, because I actually have the play-in and playoffs pulled up on my monitor here.
Okay.
And the Pelicans are going to be seeing the Los Angeles Lakers. Today.
Earl or Bron, is this an up game or a down game for the Lakers? You got to tell us, because if it's an up game, Lakers gonna win. If it's a down game, Lakers gonna lose. That's my
brother. I'm not nervous, not worried. Bron and AD's got me. Hands down. Tuesday. Special plays, special players, special teams. We're locked in. Now, all seriousness.
Do I got to pull out the mustache and do it?
In all seriousness, I said this before in the beginning of the season. It's really hard to beat a team twice in a span of like 4 days. Like we've seen this year, there's a lot of games where you play somebody twice in a week, and a lot of the turnaround is you either win twice or you lose out. So for me, I'm a little bit not nervous on that fact. I just hope that they play with the same sense of urgency. Obviously, it's a lot going on, but this whole season we pretty much beat the Pelicans. I think that's the one thing that worries me a little bit. Like we pretty much had success throughout the whole season. So I could see in a world where the Pelicans just kind of get tired of that and they just put on a crazy masterclass of performance. But then again, I have LeBron, and I can never be scared or worried when we have a situation to go play in the playoffs. LeBron James is going to get it done. Like, I don't care if fans or buts about it. LeBron's always locked in. AD has been playing phenomenal this season. And as long as we got those two healthy, I'm not worried. And AD, like the thing that made me happy, like AD obviously got hit in the back by Larry Nance on like really a play that just didn't have to happen. Usually AD, like situation like that, he's pretty much out. But he said like right after the game, he said, "Don't matter what happened, I'm locked in. I'll be ready to play and lock in." So if he's locked in like that, I shouldn't be worried. So I'm ready for the game.
All right. Yeah. So with that said, I'm guessing you're picking the Lakers.
For sure.
And who's your pick?
I got the Pelicans.
You got the Pelicans. Okay. Omar?
I got the Lakers.
Lakers? Okay. I'm also going Lakers, even though I just went on my mini Pelicans rant. I think this one game is going to go to the Lakers. Like you said, Bron and AD, I think, are going to be good enough and locked in enough to get them to this one game. And hopefully the Lakers have the rotation figured out. Took them 82 games, but maybe they're finally in a spot where they know who to play.
It took us a while.
I actually switched. Let me go to the Lakers.
Okay, stay on that side. We got him clipped. And I'm sitting at the Bron, biggest Bron fan in the world.
I'll pick my boy Bron. I can't even bring it to myself to go against Bron. I can never go against my boy Bron.
It's just something about that look, man.
That's just my favorite play about the way he walks, the way he talks. That's how Omar was talking about Jalen.
Fair enough.
All right. Kings versus Warriors. Who we got? I got the Kings.
I got the Warriors, man. I think Steph.
I gotta go Warriors, bro. There's no way the
I'm standing on the Kings at all times.
They need.
I would go with the Kings. I would go with the Kings if they weren't missing Herter and Monk. I think that's hurting this team more than people let on. That's your starting shooting guard and your 6-man / backup shooting guard. Like respectfully, Keon Ellis, he's done a fine job of standing in. He's a little undersized, nowhere near the offensive talent of those two guys. And I think the shooting that those two bring to a team that's otherwise not phenomenal shooting is going to be their downfall. And you think about a team, like I said, a team that needs to lock in for one game, that's been prepping for this, a team that beat them last year, Golden State. So give me Golden State in this one.
Okay.
Easy money
for one game.
So now it's Warriors versus Pelicans.
Right. Well, hang on, just to make sure. Is everyone saying Golden State or Omar? Are you standing?
No, I'm standing on. I'm
standing on Kings. Everyone else goes.
I'm going Golden State, man. There's the same feeling I have about LeBron being in win situations. Same feeling I have about Curry. The only difference is when it's Bron versus Curry, Bron's coming up top. Except for in the finals when they put the super team together.
other than the experience,
get over here.
Yeah, but if it's like, I just don't see like you guys said, like there's some players who just know, like they got the switch, and I just don't know if the Kings are ready for that. If they win, then good for them.
Just wanted to pull up the playoff picture real quick.
That was good. All right.
It's really. Hold on. I'm gonna try something else here. That didn't look great.
I got the playoff picture right here, thankfully, because I can.
We can go into the East route. We can go in the East play-in. We'll start with Dan.
Yeah, let's go
versus the Bulls. I'm gonna assume I know who you're picking.
Come on, buddy. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, brother. The Hawks, brother.
The Hawks. All right, the Hawks.
I got the Hawks. I can't go for the Bulls, man. I don't know, man. I just feel like the Bulls, they have the roster to do something, but they're a little flaky at times. I'm going to stick with the Hawks, hometown team. We'll just ride with it. Either way, the game's going to be kind of weird.
Yeah, I mean, look, the Hawks are in a good place right now. So I don't have odds going. I got them winning this one. But
I'm the only one with Chicago. Then.
I'm not gonna lie. They're probably gonna lose to who they have to play in between the 76ers and the Heat.
Probably.
Yeah.
We're not losing.
I'm saying that this is an exercise in futility because whoever wins is just gonna lose in the second playing game. But sorry, Dan, I'm going with the Bulls for this one. They impressed me in these 3 games against the Knicks. I think if DeRozan and Vucevic are locked in, I think they're gonna win that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Vooch, bro. Who's gonna guard Vooch?
Jalen.
Moving the center. Okay.
Vooch can't get boards.
But
Bulls are if Drummond plays. I don't know if Drummond's gonna play, but if Drummond plays,
I don't know.
If Drummond plays, we're screwed. But
if Drummond plays, he's gonna drop 30 and 20 on y'all.
Drummond is honestly slept on. Like he is still a very good player.
I'm so mad we don't have Drummond, bro. We had him at the wrong year, bro. We got Drummond the wrong year.
I forgot he was on the Lakers, bro.
Yeah, it was just that weird year.
At some point, they've had the entire league.
Who do we got? Who do we got for the 76ers and Heat though?
76ers, no doubt in my mind.
My heart wants the Heat. I'd rather play the Heat, but I think Philly's gonna win. If Embiid is healthy, I'm not picking against Philly.
I'm sick of the playoff Jimmy narrative. I want it to be put to bed. I'm telling you, Joel Embiid is about to put that Jimmy Butler. He's doing commercials talking about playoff Jimmy. Done. You're about to be at home. Book your hotel to Cancun. I got Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey solidifying that duo that they built so hard to get going. I got them winning easily.
Cool. Because that's who I want to play in the play-in. I want the Sixers. I think the Heat have
the rematch.
The Heat have too many good role players. What the 76ers is, you limit Embiid, you limit Maxey. We'll put DeJounte on Maxey and throw the whole city of Atlanta at Embiid and see where we go from there.
You still got Buddy. You still got Kelly Oubre, who's been playing good ball too.
Philly's got some decent guys.
But they have to guard too. They're one of the worst defensive teams in the league. They got to guard too.
It's all fun against the Paul Reed drops 20 on you.
Then that's what would happen. No,
right.
the super role player will come out and drop 40.
Super seniors.
It's like, what are we doing here? And you look at Trey will have like 10 points.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. So Dan, are you picking? Are you locking in Philly then?
Yeah, I'm locking in Philly.
Okay, Omar.
He's scared of Philly, so he's gonna say the Heat.
I'm not scared of Philly in the slightest.
Clip it,
I'm not scared of
I
Philly.
think that's cap.
No.
I'm a little scared of Philly.
I'm not scared of Philly.
bro.
I'm not scared of Philly
The
in
way
the
you talk
slightest.
about Embiid,
I am
about
not.
how you stopping Embiid is actually hilarious.
The fact that
Even I'm scared of Philly, bro. If Philly was in the NBA Finals, I would be scared of Philly.
you guys need to understand.
Y'all have way more pieces though, Earl.
I'm just saying, as far as his
been
size,
healthy.
his size.
He has not been healthy. He has not been healthy.
But what is that, bro? That doesn't.
He hasn't
bro.
been playing, and he hasn't been healthy. What makes you think he's gonna?
His first game back, Earl, his PRA was like a 46. And he only played 26.
This is coping. He's just not healthy. That's the only argument, is he's just not healthy. Tells
He's
you
not.
something.
It's just going to, dude. I just remember us blowing out the 76ers when they had Embiid. When Embiid had 30 points and 10 rebounds, we still blew them out.
We've
Even
also
Tyrese Maxey wasn't having a great game,
Y'all
but
slipped
that was
the whole-
because OG Anunoby was locking your boy up. Like, he's not scoring on OG Anunoby like that. I'm sorry. Defensive prowess is too much for
He
Tyrese
still
Maxey.
got 30 though. Imagine when he's having a hot game.
I'm talking about Tyrese Maxey because the main reason why they lost that game was because Tyrese Maxey couldn't get started.
And what if he does?
He probably won't.
But you can't just say he
I will say
probably
this.
won't. Like,
Tyrese does have a lot of off games.
for
Like,
sure.
There's some games where he shows up and it's like, dang, Tyrese is nice. And then there's some other games where it's like, all right, Tyrese, what are you doing? Or he'll start like,
And that's when the others come in. That's when the others have to come in and
The
put in a little bit
defensive
more
matchup,
Think about
the
it, this is
defensive
one
matchup
game.
against Tyrese Maxey is going to be too hard of it. I feel like it's going to be hard for him to score on OG Anunoby.
And what
Like,
if he
that's-
does though?
If he does, he does. Then we move on. But I'm just saying, it's probably not going to be on a consistent basis. Like, we'll probably see one great Tyrese Maxey game and then one pretty bad Tyrese Maxey game. Like, I feel like it's probably going to be one or the other.
I would kill
But
to
you
be
only
in the
need-
7th or 8th seed right now to play the Knicks.
Oh, we beat y'all
Really?
easy. We beat y'all easy. That's
I would-
light work.
You
Y'all
think-
almost lost to the Bulls yesterday or the other day.
That's light work.
Y'all
Still
almost
light
lost
work.
to the Bulls.
Light
So
work.
Omar, am I hearing that you're picking Philly then over Miami?
Yeah, I'm gonna pick Philly over Miami.
Okay, so you still back them over Miami. Okay.
Yeah, I do. Nah,
Okay,
because
wait,
Joel
wait.
Embiid is gonna be too much for Bam
What
Adebayo.
did I pick, Max?
But he's not too much for
What was that
OG
I think it's not. He's not gonna be guarding OG, but
What did I
or
pick?
OG's
Isaiah
not gonna be-
Hartenstein.
Our
think
picks are
it's gonna
basically the same so far. I have the Bulls beating the Hawks in the play-in, and Omar has the Kings beating Golden State in the play-in.
Do I
Those
have
are
the
only
Heat?
two differences.
Oh, I want to play the Sixers in the play-in. I don't want no parts of Miami.
That's fair. Honestly. I don't want any parts of Miami. I'm scared they're going to hurt somebody.
I don't
Honestly-
want no parts of Jimmy Butler.
We got
Tyler
some knee
Herro.
divers on Miami.
Okay, so
Bam.
here's the thing then, because regardless, if the Hawks win that game, you guys are going to have to beat Philly or Miami, whoever wins that matchup. So,
Yeah, I want Philly.
Okay.
While I eat a
Alright.
Philly cheesesteak. That's what I want.
Okay, so
Dominating wins.
Ultimate
feel like
level
we
of
can-
trash
I feel
talk.
like
I
we
love
can
it.
I feel like we can stop the Sixers more than we can stop the Heat because the Heat,
Yeah.
Jimmy could score like 17 points. Tyler would score 20, and it's just more spread out scoring. There's more scoring coming from the Heat than there is the Sixers to me. That's just
I gotta be honest, guys.
like I know where the ball's going when we play the Sixers. It's going
Yeah.
straight to number 21. You don't know where the ball's going to when you play the Heat. Everybody could be hot, or there's three people could be hot. So
True.
You know what? I'll hope Miami wins because that'll be the easier matchup. I'll say
for,
that.
for
I'll
y'all,
hope Miami. Yeah, definitely. And just to say, I want to get Miami out of the way too. So if they happen to see Boston, and you know what, they might take care of Boston like last year. You know, who knows?
Yeah.
But
why are we skipping over like we're not going to be the AC? Like, why are we?
Okay, well, let's get into that. Why don't we start, Dan?
Why
Why
are
don't
we
we
sitting
start
over
with
like,
your?
we're not gonna beat these next two teams, and then we're not like we're playing the Celtics. We came back. We've already beat the Celtics twice. We have momentum against the Celtics without Trae Young too.
Y'all got their number.
So, just remember that.
So
So
what's the
Dan,
next round?
you're gonna pick Atlanta then over, I guess, Miami in the last playing game then.
I'm picking Miami over Philly.
Oh, sorry. Wait, you picked Miami over Philly?
Yes.
Oh, my fault. Okay, so then you have Hawks versus Philly in the last play-in, and you've got the Hawks eliminating Philly from the playoffs.
Yes, I do.
Bold take.
Okay.
I like it.
I got the Heat beating the Hawks to get them out.
I have the Sixers beating the Hawks. I'm sorry, Dan.
You ain't sorry enough, Earl. I see how.
No, I have an Embiid agenda that I need to get done, and I feel like they have one of the better chances of taking out the Celtics in the first round.
Wait, so did you? I thought you had Philly over Miami though.
Oh, I do?
No, Earl.
Oh wait, no, yeah, Philly over Miami, right?
Yeah, so then your second round would be, or your final play would be Hawks versus Miami.
Wait.
The winner of the 7-8 is the 7 seed. They're done.
Oh, I forgot. I'm getting confused. My bad. Yeah, then I have Philly winning. Whatever that seeding is, I have Philly coming out of.
You have Philly over Miami, and then it's you would have Hawks.
Versus Hawks versus Miami
for the right to lose to the Celtics.
Oh, okay. Oh, wait. Dang, I want Philly to play the Celtics.
Cause see, that changes things.
Okay, I need Philly to lose first one.
Okay, so you're putting Heat over Philly.
I don't want to play the Heat at all. I
want Philly to lose first game, and then I want Philly to beat the Hawks, and then I want Philly versus Celtics.
Okay.
That would be a really good matchup. I would love to see that in the first round.
That would be the best first round matchup besides Lakers Nuggets, in my opinion.
I think the Cavs and the Magic are going to go to 7.
That's going to be a good one. I'm sleeping on that, Omar. But the best matchup is the Clippers and Mavericks.
Yeah,
that is a really good matchup. Yeah, that's going to be
Luka versus the Clipper. You got the Clipper killer versus Luka, bro. Come on, man.
I can see the headline now. Luka.
Can we just praise the Thunder, though? The probably the second youngest team in this. You don't want to praise the Thunder?
I mean, I will.
Cool. I think they did a good job.
And I love Shea, but other than that, I don't.
They had a great season.
The Thunder.
Bro, guys, they're like probably the second youngest team in the league, and they got first place. We gotta give them their flowers.
They had a great season.
Earl wants them. Earl wants them gone.
No,
but here's the thing, though.
Great season. Who they play first round max?
It's going to be the winner of 9 and 10 and 7 and 8. So if you guys win against the Pelicans, you guys just see the Nuggets, and you wouldn't even see the Thunder at all. If you guys play them in the conference finals, which I don't think will happen, but
I don't want to lose. I want to play the Nuggets first.
If the Mavericks beat the Clippers and they go and see the Thunder in the semifinals,
Omar,
the Mavericks are. Huh?
Is there a way you can make that bigger?
Oh no, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, he's got me going like.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry, guys. This is just how Streamlabs.
You might as well just put us back on the screen. Can't agree with that, my brother.
All right, yeah, I guess that's fine.
Now I'm just playing with you.
No. Go back.
Go back. Okay, I got it. I can put it back.
Look, basically, okay, Max. What round are we on as far as predictions?
We need to do the who's gonna get the 8th seed in the West. So
okay, I'll give you mine first.
Okay.
8th seed in the West is gonna go to
Your game is Pelicans Golden State, Earl. Your game is Pels Golden State.
Okay. Pelicans.
Guys, we're still here, obviously. Just we're gonna show this so we can.
Okay. So Dan, what's yours for the West? Because you have the same thing, Pelicans Golden State.
Who's my 8th seed?
Yeah. Who's yours? You have the Lakers beating the Pels, and then Golden State beating the Kings to go play the Pels.
The Warriors are gonna be my 8th seed.
Nice.
Golden State over Pels. I have Golden State over Pelicans as well. Omar, what do you have?
I have I have Golden State over Pels.
Well, you had the Kings beating Golden State first round.
Yeah, well, no, then the Kings over No, then the Pels over the Kings. Yeah.
There we go.
Ooh.
Okay, gotcha. And sorry, just because I missed this before. Omar, what was your AC prediction for the East? Because you had Hawks versus Heat in that series.
Yes, Yes, so I think the 76ers will lose against the Miami Heat. I'm sorry, win against the Miami Heat. They're going to move to the second round versus the Knicks. The Heat are going to see the Hawks.
And then who wins that?
The Heat.
Great.
I love you, Dan, but you guys don't want to touch Miami.
All right, so I've got the official play-in predictions locked in now. That's good. We can come back to these after the season. We each got 6 games, so we'll see who gets the most right.
Easy.
Yeah.
Right.
I already tell y'all, the championship is obviously Lakers are going to the finals, just to let y'all know.
Oh, of course. But the question is, in how many games are you beating Denver?
6.
Okay, Dan, what's up?
6.
Wait, you said what, Earl?
6 games, Denver series, we win.
Stop.
100%. No doubt in my mind.
Have y'all beat Denver this year?
Nope.
You guys got to beat the Pelicans first, all right? We'll see what happens. You guys might
we will.
the Pelicans, though.
We will.
You guys might want to avoid the Pelicans. I mean, avoid the...
Honestly, I don't want to avoid the Nuggets. I would rather us play the Nuggets when LeBron and AD are fully energized, fully healthy, no injuries or anything foreseen as far as like what happens throughout the different series and rounds, fatigue. I'd rather play them right now. And if we lose, we lose. We move on to next season, build upon that. But I just think, I said this in Lakers chat, like every year, like there's some type of big obstacle. Our obstacle this year, as far as being a championship team, we have to beat the Nuggets. And I think getting them in the first round, having that trial in the first round is the best thing that can happen for this team, in my opinion. Just let's start where we ended last year.
I'm not gonna lie.
And build upon
I feel like the best route for y'all is to lose versus the winners of the 9 and 10, and then go see the Thunder. Because if you guys see the Thunder, you guys can beat them. Playoff experience that you guys win that.
True.
You guys are gonna probably like. Let's be honest. The Thunder, they're not a fake 1 seed, but they're at the same time they're a young team.
I just don't believe in throwing games for the sake of favorable matchups, bro. I'd rather us get the for sure, go out there and beat a team that we've been able to beat this season, rather than going and playing a Warriors team, which you never know what can happen with Curry, and or a Kings team that we've struggled to beat in a one-off game. Like, I just don't think that's the smartest move. And I just don't think Ron and AD are in the mood to, like, what do you call it, dodge smoke. Like, I just don't think that that's their mindset. Like, we know regardless we're going to have to play the Nuggets. And our mindset, we want to be a championship team. We have to go through the Nuggets. We want to beat the Nuggets. Why not do it first round?
Lakers healthy?
Do I want Lakers Celtics?
I'm saying, are the Lakers healthy? Are y'all 100% healthy?
Yeah, besides Vando, and I heard Vando can be potentially back for the first round, somewhere between there. So
that'd be huge.
So Vando's not playing today.
No, he's not playing today. Yeah.
Apparently, I also heard that
Cam Reddish back.
Yeah, he's been back. He's just kind of been on and off the rotation, but Ham has been playing a very specific rotation, which I'm okay with right now.
Nate Vince is back too.
Mm-hmm. Okay. He's been playing good defense.
Okay.
So, okay, let's get into the first round, shall we? We can start with the East. So, the winner of that series, who's versus Boston, Miami? I got Miami beating Boston. I think
you're scared.
I think Miami has their number. I think Miami's had their number for like 2 years. So I think Miami can expose that. I think Jimmy Butler can expose that.
I got a bar for you.
What's
Just because you have my number doesn't mean I'm picking up the phone to answer.
Hit him with it, Earl.
Oh my goodness.
Got a snap.
He's nice with it.
Just because you got my number doesn't mean I'm picking up the phone to answer. And I'm a Lakers fan. I just don't see, like, as good as the Celtics have been this year, they cannot afford to lose in the first round. They can't afford to. For the sake of that team and the mental sake of that team, surviving Twitter, surviving legacies, the Celtics cannot afford to lose in the first round. That's why I just don't see it happening. But if the Celtics play the Sixers, that will be a matchup if they play the Heat again, I don't see that happening where the Heat take them out. I just
Really?
don't see it. 100% in my mind.
Interesting.
100% in my mind. I feel like the only first round matchup that will give them 100% trouble as far as like a mental state. Like we talk about obstacles. Just as much as we have to beat the Nuggets, they have to take care of the Heat. That's what they have to do. But
that's a good prediction. I like that prediction.
If you play Philly, man, Joel Embiid is just a different beast. Like I know people have the conversation. He's not this and that in the playoffs, but at this point, like he's at his point in his career. Like what he needs now is a championship. So if you get that hunger and beat this year, I think it can be a scary time, especially with Maxey now the way he's playing. I talked about before, Kelly Oubre is having a great season. Yeah. Buddy Hield is a guy you don't want to underestimate as far as hitting the threes. Underrated playmaker, in my opinion, as well. That team has some guys who can win you games. So that's not a team to sleep on, in my opinion.
Yeah, so, I mean, I would say just personally, I just don't think Boston can lose. I mean, they can lose. I just don't see anyone beating Boston. I do agree Philly is probably going to give them the best run for their money if anyone.
But they still
run into Philly. If Boston the only way Boston loses is if they beat themselves because they are too darn talented and just fit and built perfectly. Like, the only way they lose is if Tatum implodes or like injuries happen or they just straight up go cold from three for 5 games in a row. Yeah, barring that, I don't see anyone beating the Celtics personally.
Yeah.
I guess. I mean, look, I just haven't been sold on Joel Embiid recently. That's just my take on it.
He just came back from injury, bro. Do you not realize before
that's also
he
what
was
I'm
putting
saying.
up like 40 points a game in the month of December?
I'm aware of that.
That was Joel Embiid.
I think it just hinges on if he's healthy. If he's healthy,
that's what I'm saying.
He's as good as anyone. But I mean, listen, I don't think it's unreasonable to say that there are injury concerns right now. Like, he is coming back. He did have a couple of good games, but now it's
he's also after every game, he's also limping off the court. We can't.
I mean, that's his usual Embiid. He's done. He does it when he's healthy.
AD limps off the court. Brown limps off the court. I mean, that's just I'm tired.
Yeah. But, like, if Embiid is healthy, he's going to be a problem. But is he healthy? Nobody really knows that but him. And I think we'll see that probably when tomorrow when the Heat and Philly play.
For sure.
We'll get an answer to that.
All right. So what's everybody's official prediction for round 1 Celtics versus Miami?
Well, I got Celtics versus Hawks. That's what I got.
Okay. Celtics versus Hawks.
I got the Hawks in 6.
Okay. All right.
Oh, you're laughing, brother?
No, I was sneezing. My nose.
Okay.
Yeah, I got like a little cold going on. I'm just like, I clear my throat.
We'll revisit this.
Honestly, in a world of unpredictable basketball, I mean, like you said, you guys have already beat the Celtics twice without Trae Young. So who am I to say y'all can't beat them in a series?
Twice, brother.
And that was in the span of a week. So I just don't know. Like Max said, like the Celtics can beat themselves at times. Not saying that's not to discredit the Hawks,
happen though. Yeah.
But it's possible. But for me, I think whatever happens, I have the Celtics coming out the first round because I just can't possibly see them choking that bad. Being the best team overall in the NBA.
And
I can't see it happening.
Max,
I can't see it happening.
I've got Celtics versus Miami, and I have Celtics in 5. I think Miami will take a game. Don't think they're doing anything more than that. Boston's ready this year.
Solid prediction.
How many in your series, Earl, over Philly? Because you have Celtics Philly.
I have 7. Celtics Philly going to 7.
Oh,
Miami in 7. By the way, Miami.
You've got Miami over Boston in 7. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Cleveland versus the Magic. Who do we got?
Magic in 4.
That's crazy. 4. That will not happen. I'll put any of that money.
I got Magic in 6. I got Magic in 6.
I got Magic in 7.
4.
Am I the only one picking the Cavs?
No.
Probably.
You have Cavs?
Well, yes.
Wow. Y'all got to sell me on this real quick.
Colin Banchero
Donovan Mitchell is ready for the season to be over with. So he can
literally.
leave.
That's exactly what I was saying. He wants to go so bad. It's
ready.
quite literally the worst kept secret in the NBA.
He's ready to be on vacation.
I got Cavs in 6. Orlando, they have no playoff experience. I think Cavs running back, the same team from last year. I think they learned by getting beaten by the Knicks what it takes to win a playoff series. I think they dealt with a lot of injuries. I think they could have been a much higher seed. They could have been a higher seed if they wanted to. I think they're a better team than people are letting on, and I think Orlando's a good matchup for them because Orlando does not have any really perimeter stretch bigs or good stretch bigs, so that plays into Cavs' hands because they're limited sometimes by Allen and Mobley. But if you put Allen and Mobley against Wendell Carter or like a Jonathan Isaac, who's not really a good shooter, I think they win that inside battle every time. So give me Cleveland.
We have breaking news. We got breaking news. A little bit of a sad one here too. I'm sorry. 6-time All-Star Blake Griffin has retired from the NBA.
I thought you were saying he died or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, just like,
bro, what?
He wasn't already retired?
No.
I thought he already retired a long time ago.
I'm not gonna lie, yeah, I didn't.
Omar, bro, you gotta chill.
All right, let's just continue then. Fuck. All right.
Omar, you gotta chill, bro.
Bucks versus the Pacers. Bucks versus the Pacers. Who we got? Personally,
here, I'll put the amount of games and y'all guess what I'm talking about.
Pacers in 5.
Bucks in 5.
Pacers in 6.
I have the Pacers coming out in 6.
Me too.
Wow.
I got Bucks in 5, bro.
Pacers in 6.
I got.
Just to give a little pretext, it just came out earlier today, dropped by Woj, that Giannis will most likely not be ready by the first round.
I had him beating them in 6 with
fully
healthy.
Yeah, the Indiana Pacers might take a game or two.
I just think the disrespect that those Bucks showed the glorious Pacers, that back pay is coming. You want to take the game ball? You want to get mad about the game ball being taken for the rookie? Hey man, stat padding Giannis Antetokounmpo. Enjoy your extended vacation in Cancun this year. I'm just playing Giannis. You're one of my favorite players. You're cool. This is just for podcast.
All right, now the moment of truth. What's up, man?
Well, hang on, just before we go, Dan, how many did you say Bucks over Pacers in?
5.
Over 5, and Omar, how many for yours?
Pacers in 6.
Oh, you have Pacers in 6. Okay, cool.
Yep.
I have Bucks in 7. I think this is a 7-game series. I think if Giannis was playing, I'd have him in like 5 or 6. I think if it's going to take Giannis a couple of games,
what happened to Giannis?
Something with his Achilles.
It's like a calf, Achilles.
Oh yeah, calf strain.
Yeah. Okay.
Ooh,
I don't know how much more time we've got to do all of these, but we can run through them quickly.
Now,
remember what happened last time? What Tyrese did?
Y'all know what time it is.
Took his time.
Now, Max, remind me. I have the 76ers over the Heat, correct?
You had the Heat over Philly, so that means you have Miami playing New York, and then no, you have Philly. Wait, sorry, I'm looking at Dan. I'm silly. Yeah, Omar, you had Philly over Miami, so you have Philly, New York, and then it's Philly, New York for yours.
Okay. I got the Knicks winning in 7. It's not going to be an easy matchup for my New York Knicks, but I do believe that we can come out with us on top.
Who did I have again, Max? For the
Knicks series, who do you have the Knicks playing?
Mm-hmm.
You have the Knicks playing the Heat.
Dang, I don't like the Heat.
Me neither.
I should have done Knicks versus Philly.
Because you have Philly going losing against Boston in 7.
Okay, hold on. Max, you're going to hate me. I need to switch some stuff around.
That's fine. I got the master doc up here. We chilling.
I need you to switch Philly and the Heat for me real quick.
Okay, so Philly becomes the 2 seed and plays the Knicks.
Yep.
Okay, and then it's Hawks versus it's Heat versus. Then it becomes Heat versus Hawks for the last spot.
Yep, and we'll still take Heat.
Earl, you had a chance to redo yourself. Come on, Bubba.
Okay, I can't. I got it.
I'm guessing
and then
Celtics
still win. Yeah. Same amount of games.
Dang, Earl.
I'm sorry, Daniel.
You give your money to the Hawks, brother.
I know.
You do.
You know,
that is kind of
okay.
crazy.
Put the for funny sakes. I have that team losing anyways. Just put the Hawks. I'm sorry. Once again, Max. Just put the Hawks in that spot. I have them losing anyways. I had that. Whoever got to that game, I had them losing anyways. So I'll respect the Hawks enough to make it there.
Okay, so now you've got Celtics over the Hawks in the first round.
Yes.
Should I just put that as a sweep?
I say 5. I'll give
It'll
it
be
one.
nice. Okay.
I'll give you 5.
So now this gives you Knicks Philly.
Okay. Now Knicks versus Philly.
Yes.
Okay. Automatically, I'm going to say 6 games.
Okay.
6 games.
Interesting. I have it 7. I have Knicks in 7. Omar has Knicks in 7.
I'll go 7. You know, go bump it up 7. Why not? Let's just make it fun.
Make it fun.
Okay.
Nice, good series.
The winner I have it being game 7, close game.
It is going to be a close game.
Down to the
They're all
last shot.
All right, speed it up, big guy. No, I'm joking. Let me stop. I'm sorry. Take your time.
And I have Joel Embiid assist to Maxey for the win for the series. Philly over Knicks. On some non-hater stuff.
Do you want me to put that Maxey Embiid stipulation in there for fun?
For sure.
Okay.
I just want us to be wrong and then us go 4-0 and then sweep them.
That would be fun.
That would be fun.
All right. Dan,
Just like we did in the season series.
Your second round series is Knicks versus Heat.
Heat in 4.
Heat in 4. All right.
Wow. Wow.
He was nicer than me. I mean, meaner than me.
So guys, this is the last time we're gonna have Dan
I'll
on the
respect
podcast.
it because they did it they did it last year. I mean, it was close.
Year, bro.
Like, I'm not blaming you, but
It's the Heat. Like, we're talking about someone, anybody can go off for the Heat. They don't have one special, like, granted, Jimmy is a special player, but anybody can go off for the Heat.
yeah,
Special
we
teams,
saw that
special
last
players,
year with
special plays.
Gabe Vincent, Duncan Robinson, what's his name, Caleb Martin. They all
And
went
then
off.
they
in
got
that series.
Josh plays. What if he has a 30-point playoff game, and then, Jimmy's like, oh, I only had to have 8 points.
All I gotta say though, we didn't have OG Anunoby and we didn't have Dante DiVincenzo. And I know Dante DiVincenzo is not some big name, but man, he's hitting hella threes. He's hitting hella shots. So we can't deny the work that he's put in there.
Yeah. Okay, and then everyone had everyone had Orlando over Cleveland in a varying number of games, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just put.
That is so crazy though. The fact that nobody respects the Cavaliers and just
I
knows
respect
that
them,
they're
bro.
gonna
I'm
lose.
I just don't know, bro. I just feel like the Magic will get at least a round off of just pure youth and energy.
Cavs are young too, but that's besides the point. All right, real
True.
quick, rapid fire, Western Conference first round, and then we'll cut it there.
All right.
Lakers.
Lakers over Nuggets, then, right?
Yep.
And how many? You said 6?
6.
I'm surprised we even given the Nuggets 2 games.
I get
Gotta be respectful.
I'm sorry, I got the Nuggets in 5.
Same. Nuggets and 5 over here.
Bet.
I'm gonna give y'all 1.
We don't
I
need
don't want to
it.
be disrespectful to Earl. But
We don't
I won't
need
be
it.
I won't be surprised if it's a clean sweep.
It won't be.
Blowout every night type thing.
So, Dan,
None
you're
of the-
also in 5?
None of the games last year were blowouts
Nuggets
either.
and 5.
Well, they weren't. I'm not saying all that. I'm just saying.
I'll also go 5. I think Lakers get a game.
Bet. Clip it! I can't wait.
All right,
Earl,
Fire
I
again.
cannot
Timberwolves,
sad when this is over.
I
Like,
cannot wait.
Timberwolves
I can't
Suns.
wait.
Who we got? Timberwolves Suns.
D bucket and 6.
I have the Timberwolves in 7.
I don't like Shams. I can't give Shams any credit.
Yeah, I know, but I just
The return of Shams.
I can't.
That chat is gonna be wild.
Shout out to
Yeah,
Shams.
Suns
For
over
the
I got
first-
the I got the
first
Suns
time
in
ever-
6.
For the first time ever, Shams, I'm on your side. I think that you guys will take them out.
In how many games?
I got the Suns in 6.
What you got, Earl?
I have Timberwolves in 7.
Okay, I have got
Timberwolves
Wolves
last
in
year.
6. Sorry.
Mhm.
Okay, the good
See?
one.
Ooh,
The
okay.
best matchup possibly in the playoffs. Clippers versus the Mavericks.
Mavs in 5.
I got Mavs in
Wow.
7. I got Mavs in 7.
5.
Mavs in 6.
It's only gonna take 5. One game's gonna be Lucas feeling bad for him.
Okay. Dan, what's yours?
Mavs in 6. Luka and Kyrie too much.
And
Derek
Omar.
Lively too much.
Mavs in 7.
PJ Washington too much.
All right.
I have Clippers over Mavs in 7.
Ooh.
Clippers over Mavs
Okay.
in 7.
Okay.
It's
He
not
wanna
home
be-
court. If
he
that's
wants
what
to
it
be-
comes down to, home
He
court.
wants to be different.
They don't have a home floor, Max.
He wants to be different.
Listen, all the Lakers fans will already be out there cheering for the Lakers. And
Yeah,
they'll
we'll
like,
be
"All right,
taking
guys."
up seats to make sure their fans can't get in.
That would be hilarious if the
You just
Lakers
say,
fans
"Ooh!"
just stayed there and did not leave the arena. And did not leave the arena.
That joke will be funny.
All right. So, Max,
Yeah.
just remind me who I got versus the Thunder in the first round.
Omar, you have the Pelicans facing the Thunder.
Okay. I think the Thunder are going to take this to 6 because while the Pelicans do have a lot of veterans on their roster and they proven to play well, I think Shea is going to be too much for them in the end.
Okay, I'm going to be bold. Thunder in 7 over Pelicans. I think New Orleans takes them 7. Thunder win.
I have Pelicans, right?
What?
I have Pelicans, right?
You have yes.
Pelicans in.
He's trying to do ASMR or something. Like
7.
Okay.
6. Humor me. 6.
Who
Wow.
do I got, Max?
Dan, you have
Nobody's stopping Big Zion on it.
you have Thunder versus Golden State.
Nobody's stopping.
Give
Big
me my
Zion.
Kentucky boy, Shea, in 7.
Okay, so we have the Thunder. We all have the Thunder series going 6 or 7, one way or the other. 2 of us have the Thunder losing.
Special team, special players, first round exits.
Okay, I wanna rapid fire the rest real quick. Let's
I feel
rapid.
like we kind of. I'm not recording the rest. The rest is too. We're too deep in the weeds. We can
All
rapid
right,
fire.
fine, because we can't see it physically, so we're not going to
Yeah.
do
But
anything yet.
I have all the first rounds and the play-ins stats.
But-
Don't worry. All
I-
you gotta know is that the Lakers win it all, so that's all that matters.
yeah.
I wanted to thank everybody for tuning in. Thank you guys so much for being here. Dan, we loved having you on this pod, bro. We beg you to come back whenever you want. For real. It was so great to have you on after so much time, guys. And again, we appreciate all our fans, even though we only have 20 subscribers, right? We love all 20 of you. And anybody else want to say anything else before we leave?
I'm good, brother. Let
Go
Earl lead,
Lakers.
brother.
We're locked in. We're gonna win this game, and we're gonna win together as a team. And we're gonna take out the Nuggets in the first round, and that's gonna be all she wrote.
Earl shifting opinions like his camera's shifting.
Earl, brother.
Peace.
I got infinity money.